So after going through the freezer yesterday, I found a beef barley soup, which I think it is. I just put it in here. It looks like beef barley. And I have beef barley soup from this week, early this week, or maybe it was last week, that I had taken out. That we're going to have for lunch. Going to heat that up. And then I have some cheese stuffed bacon wrapped little meatloaves, individually wrapped. But what I'm going to do with those, I think I'm going to have them as like burgers, because I have some burger buns that need to be eaten up. So I might have that for supper. If not supper today, then probably lunch tomorrow. That's what I'm taking out of the freezer right now. My family didn't want breakfast or anything. They're just getting up now. They're all kind of dealing with, well, one had exams today and two are dealing with a cold, so they're just getting up now. So I figure soup would be good. So lunch is going to be these poutine pizza pops I found in the freezer. And then here is the beef barley soup. The one that was in the freezer had these carrots and a couple potatoes. And then the other one, and it had some barley and beef. And then the other one was, I had pureed or chopped really finely the vegetables, as my family tends to not like them as chunks, but I tend to hide them. So the other one was in my fridge freezer versus the deep freeze. So the fridge freezer one was from, I made it last weekend, I think, the soup. So I'm going to have that and the pizza pops. And my husband had his mushroom couscous that I had made last week and put in the freezer. I microwaved it. And that's about it. Hi, for supper tonight, we are going to have the individual bacon wrapped cheese stuffed meatloaves, which I'm going to do as like a burger, and some fries, and a salad. And I will just show you what I have. I'm trying to use up stuff in my freezer, and I finally finished up the big bag of fries I got from Costco. It made about 5 or 6 meals for us, so maybe more. Just it's been there for since November I bought it, so we tend to like it once in a while, and it's usually our go-to when I don't feel like cooking, of doing chicken fingers and fries, or if I'm going out for the evening, it's something that my family can easily pop in the oven and it doesn't take a lot of work. Okay, so here we go. So here's the, I'll turn the light on here. Here's the big bag of Flavor Crisp fries from Cavendish. My husband really likes them. He finds that I tend not to burn them. I sometimes put stuff in the oven and forget about it, so anything thinner than these, they tend to get too crispy along the edges, and the ones in the middle not so much. So, or the big, we tend to also like the beef steak fries too. But this is what we have, and I just finished that up, so I'm like, yay, one more thing out of my freezer. And the cheese stuffed bacon wrapped meatballs. I'm thinking I might have to cut them in half lengthwise, as they are quite thick. I don't think anybody's going to be able to bite through them. So if I cut them in half and then put some cheese on it, and I still have some cooked bacon from yesterday that I could put bacon and cheese and make them bacon cheeseburgers. It's repurposing and that. So I've already started my oven, and I'm going to put these in because they take about 20 minutes or so. I should probably look at the package. Usually I just do one tray, that's about 1.5, but I didn't want to put half a thing of fries back in. That's what happened yesterday with the chicken fingers. I had 6 chicken fingers, which is basically for one person. So, and so about 20 minutes. So 10 minutes and flip, if I flip it, or about 15 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. And here's the buns. I'm going to go and toast them for the burgers. And here I took the meatloaves. I cut them in half. And you can see there's a big chunk of cheese in the middle, in the meatloaf. And it's wrapped in bacon. But I'm going to put some cheese on it. Because otherwise this would have been, you know, a 2-inch meatloaf. I'll put the link to the recipe below. And this is what I made, I think it was November. They were really good as meatloaves, but my family found they were quite rich. So, because of the cheese and the bacon and that. But if it's going to be like half of one, it's going to be a bit different. So, I'm now putting bacon that I cooked up yesterday on each burger. I'm going to need a piece of bacon. And then I'm going to take each piece of cheese and break it in half. Because they're quite thick cheeses, they'll melt. And all I'm going to do with this, since I'm just reheating it, because it's already cooked, is I'm just reheating it in the microwave. But you could put it in the oven to broil, or a toaster oven, or put in a pan if you want. But I'm just doing it this way because it's quicker and there's less chance of me drying it out. Since it's already cooked and it just needs enough heat to melt cheese. So I'm just wondering, so this mayonnaise looks pretty much empty, but I don't like to waste a little bit anyways. So I use a spatula to scrape it all out. And then I have a new jar to open. So that's what I've scraped out so far, and I'll go for another round once I get this on the buns. So that's from one spatula, and then there's another. So I managed to get enough to mayonnaise a hamburger bun almost fully, and not be skimpy or anything. I'll get some more out of the new jar. But I just don't like wasting stuff, so I use it till it's all gone. There might be a little bit left in there, but I just can't seem to get it with a spatula. And then I'll just get some this. There. And then I'm going to put some lettuce and tomato and some onion. And then I'll put the meatloaf burger there. Okay, I'm going to put some mustard. This is a deli mold, not mold, bold mustard. I'm trying to get, oh. And then some relish. And some ketchup. And then we're going to take some fries. So, put them on here. And this is like so much cheaper than doing takeout, even cheaper than fast food. I don't know about where you are, but even McDonald's is not cheap here. I mean, a Big Mac combo is $10 with tax, and like $9.79. So you can't even get enough food for an adult to eat. I mean, our extra value meal or whatever the things are, like $1.79 or $2, and then a restaurant burger, if you're lucky, is $10, but it's usually about 14. So here's the burgers, which is the cheese stuffed bacon wrapped meatloaves that I cut in half with some cheese and some extra bacon on top. Basically, they're burgers. And now I'm gonna put one on here. I just microwaved in for 2 minutes. I did 1 minute, but the cheese wasn't melted. So, and it's perfectly nice and moist. So this is supper. And I'm gonna make a salad. I'm just gonna make a Caesar salad, so it's just lettuce and Caesar dressing and croutons.